flows easy like the breeze, flowing from the fountain high upon Easy Mountain.
Now we're talking about like, you know, a couple days. We're talking about
It was wild.
time.
Yeah, I remember on my music pages trying to figure out, like, you know, you're supposed to always post content, just constant content. And, yeah, it got to the point where it was like, I felt guilty about posting anything because I was just like walking around this. No, I got the farm I live on is almost 300 acres, and then I've got another 430 acres on another parcel and 110 on another. Like, I've got lots of beautiful places to hang out.
Sure.
I was like, oh, just look at me. My girlfriend's off work, so she's also here.
But, you know, and
drinking wine in the hot tub at 9 a.m.
you feel bad, but in a lot of ways you're doing a public service, right? Because that gives people like the opportunity to live vicariously, right?
Yeah,
You get to go out in the...
There probably was some positive things that come from that, living vicariously through you.
Yeah.
So maybe a little jealousy.
But yeah, that was a fun time. But
You're like, don't go around people. Done. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds crappy. Like, I've been waiting for this for years, man. like where's this career opportunity been? But but back to the microphone thing. Like, seems like everyone brings their own microphone now, or at least a lot of my. So we do concerts up at the shop in Buffalo, and yeah, I mean almost everyone has their own mic that they bring with them, and it's just like why haven't we been doing this for years? You know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I started doing that. It wasn't for germs, though, really. I just started getting more particular about what I sounded like, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't care forever. It was like, whatever microphone's there, I don't care.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. And then it was during COVID, actually. Sennheiser.
Yeah.
Matt Baker.
Oh, yeah.
Came over and helped me set up my live stream stuff. And he's like, I was using a Shure 58, whatever. And he goes, hey, try this one. And it was a Sennheiser, whatever. I don't know the numbers.
Yeah.
But it was a much better microphone.
Yeah.
And I was convinced, like, okay, now I need to care more about what microphone I'm using. And
Yeah.
I do now.
Yeah.
Speaking of microphones that we're using,
Yeah.
welcome to Easy Mountain Podcast.
Woo.
We've been filming this whole time.
We're super excited for today's episode. Today we've got Lyal Strickland on.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey. Nice to be
Farmer,
here.
musician, cowboy extraordinary.
If you got to put them in order,
Yes.
what do you say when you introduce yourself? You cowboy musician or musician cowboy?
Oh, yeah. I take issue with cowboy.
Okay, so never call yourself a cowboy,
I mean,
which
hey,
makes him the most
listen,
cowboy.
I'm fine with it. I live too close to Oklahoma to say that without any repercussions.
We don't want to get you in trouble.
No,
we
no.
don't want any
No,
problem
no.
with the
If
cowboy
there's-
community.
I think the bio usually says singer, songwriter, farmer.
There you go.
But yeah, but somewhere in there, I don't really care. I'm the least country person in my town and the most country person in Nashville. Anytime within a 50-mile radius.
Yeah.
So
Well, and I
That
mean,
should be your tagline.
as
That's pretty good.
we've known each other for quite a while.
Yeah.
I've been a big fan of your music for a long time since I've known you.
yeah, ditto,
And
man.
but I know that you're the genuine article. So as this person that's been in the music scene, and as you give a country Americana style,
Yeah.
but you're a genuine article Americana person, right, outside of music. And how often are you around poser musicians in that?
I do a lot of folk stuff, and folk music is, I think, the most egregious in those, because there's always like the people. There's always so many people singing like countless songs about like working in the coal mines.
Right.
And they have like the softest hands I've ever seen,
Right.
But some of them are really good storytellers and really good songs. So I'm not such a purist that like I think everyone needs to like live the life, because like frankly, like if you're a cowboy trying to sing country music, if you're living the life of a cowboy, you don't have time to write songs and be good. But I think for me personally, I've got to have a little skin in the game. I got to be around it and at least make an attempt to sing what I know. So
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, it's so funny though to be like, well, I can separate the art from the artist. They don't have to be a cowboy.
Yeah, I
mean, usually it's like I don't care if they did crime. I still want to listen to their music.
Yeah, are we going? Okay, all right.
It's just a whole other way to think about it. It's not
Depends
ever
on the
usually-
crime.
I don't mind that they're not cowboys. I'll still listen to it.
It's similar in our business. Authenticity sells. And
For sure.
People want to they want to listen to the people that they're like, this guy's not just singing about a thing he saw in movies and likes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He grew up this way.
Yep.
This is actually what he believes and thinks, and the same with us and our lifestyle and the products that we sell and the lifestyle that we portray is our actual lifestyle. It's not something that we fake.
We did not have to fake any of this.
Exactly.
This is all stuff we like.
It just, I think
It's actually my lava lamp.
millennials, I feel like, of which I am one,
Same.
I think just made it so damn hard to take anything at face value, because we figured out a way to like kind of market authenticity, and so it's difficult sometimes. You can get fooled, but it's getting easier to tell who's like living it and who's just trying to market it. But that word, the connotation of like authenticity, is like kind of been stained a little bit, I think, sometimes these days, and it does make it hard when you're actually doing what you're saying you're doing.
Yeah. Some people aren't set up in a world where you can like be authentic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're thankful in our world that we get to professionally do a thing that we also like actually love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like,
rad.
it's kind of hard to be like authentically.
If you're in Indiana.
Yeah, like authentically, like I couldn't just like be diehard about mowing yards or like so many of these other things, or being like there's just so many things, that career paths that people go down that are fantastic career paths, but that's not going to be their lives. They can't represent themselves that way, and that's
totally.
I think that's an awesome thing that we have, is like we don't have to try to separate our professional lives from our personal lives, and like there's a big blessing in that. I've spent all day today. It's kind of funny as the weed dealer. I spent all day today with the school district.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I bought lunch today for a bunch of new teachers, and we it's funny because they like their bosses are sitting at the table, right? So like they have to like laugh, but then also kind of like hold in certain jokes when they're like, I probably shouldn't act like that's funny. And for me, it's just like, man, that doesn't even ever cross my mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like who I'm in front of or who I'm around, unless it's just like, like just an absolutely wild person that I'm not really ever in the room with those types of people.
Yeah.
I just get to be me, and I can feel that through you, and Drew had mentioned being longtime friends with Lyal. For those of you that don't know, this is our first time meeting, and so I think that's a pretty impressive trait that you can pick up on pretty quickly from somebody.
Thanks, man. Yeah. I appreciate that a lot. It's country music specifically. I was telling Drew on the way over, it's gotten pretty weird with like
Hasn't it?
who's allowed to wear a hat, and what shape is your hat allowed to be, and what kind of toes do your boots have, how long are your jeans, and like why I hesitate on the cowboy line is that like while all I do on my farm is raise cattle, which technically should be a ranch, like I'm an overall family.
There you
like,
go.
like,
yeah.
Like we weren't, we didn't have a lot of horses. We had a couple horses. But we were, just a bunch of good old boys in overalls. And to me, that's a farmer, whatever it is. Anyway, that's a weird culture right now. It's cool that people are embracing it. And hopefully they don't, totally run it and wreck it. And on either side, the purists or the new folks, but
purists can ruin something just as well as the new generation wanting to, because
Right.
it's not always a bad thing. People wanting to say, hey, this is a thing, a style or whatever that we like and we appreciate, and we want to bring on light to it. You know what I mean? It's not always a bad thing.
Yeah. I mean, I will say that the show Yellowstone kind of wrecked my hometown. It's like everyone who was like just sort of a hellraiser at the local honky tonk and maybe a borderline ne'er-do-well now all of a sudden like thinks that they're like Rip Wheeler and they can just go kill people and not suffer any repercussions.
I knew that show was bad news.
It's weird. I mean, listen, the music's great. There's a lot of good music in it, but it's a soap opera basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of given like a lot of these guys I feel like a license to have more bravado than they should. It's like all of a sudden it's like, I'll burn your damn barn down. It's like, no, you won't. Like, just if you do that, you're going to jail.
Yeah, for a long time.
The Dallas County Jail is not.
And
a
that's
nice
your
place
third
to be.
strike.
And it's like, just calm down, man. Like, you're not.
It's not that serious.
Yeah,
We're not all mobsters out here.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, but
Is there that much drama amongst?
I've legit I've sat in the woods with guns pointed at a neighbor.
So you're the guy burning people's barns down.
Yeah.
No, I had a
Josh, go ahead and take this out. Go ahead and cut this.
No, I mean I've found myself in a few positions where parties have gotten heated.
Yeah.
And you kind of go, hey, this is over grass. Like, what are we doing here, man? Like, this is just, I don't know.
That's what I've seen is a lot of the times the things that turn into huge, sometimes life-altering or taking situations they start over the what color somebody's fence was or something. It's like the pettiest principle things that people base it off. But no, this is a principle thing.
But you get taken advantage of too many times, and all of a sudden it's like, I'm not doing this anymore. I've had people try to move property lines on me, take out fence, run stuff on me. Just stupid little things, but enough of it, And cattle these days have gotten pretty pricey. I took over the family farm right out of college, and cattle were running like 60 to 70 cents on the hoof at the sale barn.
Okay.
And now they're running $3.50 to $4.25
my
on the
God.
hoof. So like all of a sudden that calf that used to be a few $100 or something, like now that calf's running $1,400-$1,500.
Wow.
So cattle theft is a thing. And I don't know. I've just learned to kind of let go a little bit. It was more difficult when I was after COVID, when I'd sort of taken a break from music and gotten more into farming. It was like kind of driving me nuts because now that was my thing, But I've been back on the road, and it's amazing. You just don't care when you're playing music and having a good time. And so they probably need it. they probably need that cow, maybe their mortgages do or something.
There you go. Yeah.
But
happy to help.
Yeah. And so it's just, I do think broader things in life, like if you can be at peace and content within yourself, you're a lot more forgiving of the small little things that are irritants.
Yeah, I think that you hit the nail on the head there. And sometimes it's people who have not dealt with their own things that draw the line on the principle so hard.
Yeah.
It's like, man, yeah.
Projection.
Yeah, maybe a little much.
Hey, before we keep going, can you walk me through what I'm about to drink here? Because I'm thirsty, and I'm
going to drink it with you.
Okay. How do we?
They're child safety proof. You got to bust the top.
Yes.
Okay.
So
like
it's
that.
It's a resealable lid.
And then slide it back.
Lid.
Yep. So bust that. Yep.
Like
So
that's the
it's
tab.
those soft folk singer hands. And then the front.
And then
You ain't ever opened a beer, have you?
You open that up.
Oh, and
yeah,
that
then you
slides?
push it. Yeah. There you go.
What?
So it's a child safety lock can that is resealable. I can't imagine how much these cost. And they got to be 10 times as expensive as a regular can. But
That's super fun. Though. Okay, and
So-
we're drinking.
yeah, so this is the So Ganja.
Root beer.
Yep. The Rocket Root Beer Soda. These are live rosin. So we were talking about that a little bit in the store when we were shopping, but that's the whole plant matter. That's the real extract. That's not a distillate or anything like that. That's the full entourage. So you're getting all the cannabinoids out of cannabis. And so let me know what you think.
All right, this is about to go poorly for me.
We're gonna go downhill.
I had an
Shotgun
interview last night on a podcast thing, and he goes, what's one of your most memorable things you've said on stage? And I was like, immediately, like file folders in my mind were just spilling open, and all of them were regret.
All the things you wish you had never said.
I was like, what's the memorable things you've said on stage? Well, lots of things that nearly got me fired. But yeah, so we'll see.
Cheers.
The nice thing is the crowd has no idea. You can say whatever you want, and maybe it just never happened, you know?
Oh, like your crowd? Or
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because my crowd's definitely new. Yeah.
So did you growing up in a, and this is more of a question for me, Drew probably already knows this, but growing up in a farmer, hardworking lifestyle
Yeah.
family, were there other musicians in your family that influenced you, or is that something you broke off and started on your own?
Yeah, so there weren't really any other musicians. My uncle had a band in high school, but was not like, I don't think he took it much past that. And other than that, no one was musicians. My grandmother, I say that, my grandmother learned guitar when she was like, I want to say 65 or something like that, and then wrote like a whole bunch of songs. But that wasn't like a huge influence. My mom was a DJ, a radio DJ, back in the 70s. I'll circle back to that because this is a longer story. But the farming side of stuff, I was hauling hay with my great grandparents and my great uncle and grandpa. You know, when I was 8, 9, driving the old truck with barely seeing above the thing. But when I started playing music, they kind of stopped giving me so much to do or letting me around the cows. Like when they'd work cows, like they'd always put me outside the pen and we're like just like super nervous I was gonna like break a finger or break a wrist or something and not be able to play.
Oh wow.
And so I kind of had this like weird outside push at one point.
But to protect your ability to play music,
they were
not
just
for
like,
any
yeah,
not
they
for
were
any
just,
other
like,
reason than that.
Super
it seems like.
proud that I could play an instrument.
Oh, that's awesome. So
that
there's
is
support. Yeah, because
Yeah.
for me, I was like, I don't know if it's a supportive thing or if it was like
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
I had to fight.
Yeah,
you know, like,
no.
no.
Yeah,
I
no, it was-
promise I want to play guitar.
No, and I mean, the only reason I have the farm now really is that like they wanted to keep it together, and I was just able to come back home and hold it together and keep the cattle running. So
That's impressive.
but my mother was the big inspiration. I'd say big driving force for that. She was really supportive of pretty much anything I wanted to do, but she was the one that, like, when I first started playing, she was like, you need to write songs. Like, songwriting is where the money's at, which is, I don't think, true these days. But it was back when she was. and it was there for a good bit this was late 90s when I first got started, like 6th grade, 7th grade.
Nice.
And so she was a big driving force in that, but she was a radio DJ in Memphis at the time. She was one of like 3 women in major market radio in the whole country.
Impressive.
They had her own show. So she was a pretty big.
What's her DJ name, dude?
Well, her name was Jackie Strickland.
Jackie Strickland.
yeah.
All right. So no tagline beyond that, just Jackie Strickland.
She was down in Memphis, and she had a altercation with a guy who was stalking her, and it was a pretty big, nasty deal. She got, I think, was stabbed 18 times with a butcher knife.
What?
Yeah,
Oh my
it's a
God,
wild story, man.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it was pretty awful. But she was kind of a big deal, and then just kind of went into the ether, kind of moved back home, and yeah.
I can imagine that really changing your perspective on life and what you find is important.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
everything.
I get along really well with my friends who have PTSD. Except for when we go to restaurants, we fight who can see the exit signs,
Oh yeah.
No, you face with your back to the door. You do it. But it's always funny to me because I have like 0 military experience. I'm not just not that guy, but I do have a lot of friends that have served, and yeah, there's a commonality there.
There
Just from generational stuff of I think generational trauma, and then also just growing up in a mindset of like, look around you, be aware of our surroundings and stuff.
I find it seems like people are either wired to where they're constantly doing that or where they're just absolutely never doing that. It seems like it's one or the other. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, I and I remember some like old relationships that I'd had. I know, must have just seemed like a psycho, because I was like, don't be on your phone when you get out of the car. Like, don't even get out of the car without like doing a 360 spin. Like, make sure it's well lit. Look for anyone who's like standing around who looks kind of funky,
Yeah.
But those little things like can save you from some pretty nasty scenarios.
Yeah.
So
Well, and that is, you do feel a little bit paranoid when you think that way, right? But at the same time, stuff that happened, that happens. And, and it's a sick world sometimes.
It can happen.
And you gotta have your head on the shoulders.
It can happen very quickly, and you can avoid it if you're ready for it. I don't think that means going around being scared to death all the time, or just assuming that every large event is like going to have some horrible thing happen. But being aware of your surroundings is hugely important.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
do you pay when you're playing a live show? Do you think about those types of things, or are you like so in the zone?
I mean, I do now. I used to be pretty reckless on the road. I was young and touring around, and I got to where I was playing out about 10 months out of the year.
Wow.
Pretty much everything east of Denver, and it was just me. It was just me and a guitar. So it was pretty wild. I thought it was wild. But I'd go do these shows, and whether it was a 4-hour show at a honky tonk or some 2-hour show somewhere on the East Coast, I'd invariably wind up at somebody's house, like playing in the garage for another like 3 or 4 hours and meeting strangers and hanging out. And I just thought, like, this is great, like new experiences, new people, new stories, new songs. And I'm 6'3". I'm a big dude. I'm 270. I'm a
You're not going to be easily pushed around.
yeah, I'm not a fighter by any means, but
You don't have
like,
to be.
It's like I look like you might take a second thought. But at the end of 2017, I had a really horrible year, and my dad had passed away in the middle of a tour, and I met a friend of mine from Michigan in Johnson City, Tennessee. Was there, and my dad had called and was like, hey, he's like, if you want to see me, you better get your ass home before Friday, because I'm dying on Friday. And I was like, come on. No, you're not. Like, you quit being dramatic. But then I was like, my dad was pretty much always right. So I talked to my buddy. He crashed with me that night, and he's like, you got to go home and see him. So I drove from Johnson City back to Springfield. Here I made it back like 7 minutes before he passed away.
Oh my God.
Went back out on tour and had a relationship, turned sour, came back, tried to salvage that. That didn't work. Go back out, came back, dog died. Went back out, like every show canceled, under new management, couldn't find the beer, like all sorts of stuff. And then I went down to Austin, and I did this this radio show thing on Sirius XM, and went on afterwards with some friends and got drugged at a bar. And that was a moment that I was like, oh, I need to practice a little more awareness of my surroundings and stuff, because it was frightening. It was I'm a heavy carry out of the bar. So I don't know what the thought process was there. Like oh, don't mind me.
We're not going to slip this guy out,
because I just lugged this guy across the floor. Yeah, but it was wild though. I mean,
tell us about that.
I mean, I have a lot of friends who play who are females, and they deal with this shit all the time. Creepy managers, creepy presenters and promoters, and having to watch drinks. But I just didn't think, I've got other things I have to worry about.
Yeah. I've never, as a male at a bar, I've never been like, nobody in this place wants to roofie me. I've never even considered it, really.
It was wild. I mean, I had like maybe a third of a beer. So like,
I get roofied all the time.
like 4 bounce. Yeah, but you do it to yourself though, right?
He loves it.
I had like 4 ounces of beer maybe, and my vision started going in and out. I pulled cash out of my pocket. I don't know if I paid $20 for the beer or $200. But I'd only had a handful of beers that day, like over the course of like 7 hours. I'm pretty confident on my ability of what beer does to me. Right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I slammed some cash down, and I'd parked a few blocks over in like a little subdivision because I couldn't find parking. So I was like in front of somebody's house. But I was on my hands and knees in the street for 6-7 hours, throwing up violently. Made it back to the hotel, vomits, for another 3 or 4 hours in the hotel, and I was sick for days. It was pretty rough. So that was the moment that I like came back home and was like, I don't think I can do this anymore. Like it's not a real life. It's not a real job. Like if I keep doing this, I'm gonna die. This can be very dangerous.
Yeah.
So I took a few years off, met my wife, and then COVID hit, and lo and behold, we have a baby after that. And then we had
Hey, drinking wine in the hot tub at 9 a.m, dude. I figured that was coming.
Man, it was like morel season too. So it was so great. We'd just get up, we'd have breakfast, we'd go and sit in the hot tub, have a little something, and then go look for mushrooms, come back, sit in the hot tub, have some charcuterie board and some wine, and go back out, look for mushrooms again.
Yeah.
It was great.
It's funny, like one of the, not to derail that, but one of my childhood greatest memories is the ice storm of 2007. And everybody was like locked down, and we just had our whole family just got together, and we just had a great time for a week straight. And it's like turning something bad into something awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, man, a lot of people had it bad.
Oh yeah.
That well, all that say, we got through that, had a couple girls, and then I kind of woke up and was like, I haven't put any new material out for like almost 10 years now. And so, we're kind of back at it now. I wrote a batch of songs last fall. I went down for a music conference and kind of broke the rust off some stuff. I was writing songs, but they weren't, back to the authenticity thing.
Yeah.
They weren't my songs. Like, I would gladly pass them off to like whatever bro country douchebag wanted to like sing them, and I could cash those royalty checks. I'd be more than happy. So if Morgan Wallen's listening,
that's so funny that I was just literally thinking his name.
Well,
and
it's
I'm
synonymous with douchebag. I think.
Yeah, that's. He can't wear a cowboy hat.
Well,
I don't feel like I've ever seen him win one. I don't know. He probably wears one.
I don't know. I just don't like any musician who throws hissy fits.
Chairs off roofs.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, just grow up.
Was that like a girl broke up with him? Wasn't that what it was?
I don't know. I mean, I think that's kind of his thing, is that
But
it's like a senator who saves their big tirade for C-SPAN when the cameras are on. It's like that thing. It's like, come on, man, just do your job. Just do the job.
Look, just be sad at home like a normal person.
Write a song about it.
Yeah.
No one needs to see this.
So I went down to this music networking industry thing that I go to every now and then, and should have been paying attention to that, but instead I realized that there was a bunch of really great music and amazing songwriters, and the bar was cheap and I could walk to my room, so I kind of got blitzed and made a complete ass out of myself. Which is really great for songs.
That is great for songs.
And so,
what were you guys here to do?
Yeah. So
I was here to write some songs.
I wrote 11 songs in 2 days down there. But yeah, that first night I think I pulled a security guard into a song circle and made him play harmonica. It got pretty weird.
Was he good?
Everyone's good at harmonica if they break loose. Drunk people and high people are perfect. You just got to let go of inhibitions
and give them the right harmonica.
Yeah. So, but anyways, I got back to my room there, and I wrote three songs and set myself 2 glasses of water out. And I woke up the next morning, had zero clue what had happened, and looked at it and was like, "These are surely awful." And I was like, "Pretty good, actually."
Nice.
So I wrote 2
All
more.
right, let's do it again.
I was like, "Yeah." The last song I wrote on that weekend was for my oldest daughter, because I thought I was maybe going to need to go to the hospital, and I thought I need to write her a song just in case. I mean, I was having these weird
I'm sorry to laugh at that, but that was pretty funny. I was not expecting that.
Well, I was just having these like heart palpitations, and I'd written most of my songs, so I'd stopped for the weekend. I was like, clearly I need to like hole up here and like have some water, take care of myself. Like, that was definitely self-medicating, but yeah, I was like, I need to write her a song just in case this goes south.
Was the song gonna be like your will and testament?
It was just
that'd been a hell of a song.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, no, it's just a song called "My Darling Girl," and it's just about like all the things I think we're probably going to go through. You know, she moves towards adulthood and whatnot. My favorite part though is the tagline, hook in it is, you know, it's like my darling girl, and ever since she was about 3, every time I sing it and she'll request it, you know, on the car road, and every time the chorus rolls around, I go, my darling girl. She goes, that's a me. I'm like, I'm not sure where the Mario came out from, but
Do you know that this is just a little factoid that I learned somewhat recently? I'm a big Nintendo kid, as a lot of millennials are.
yeah.
Do you know he's not saying "it's a me"?
What's he saying?
Did you know that?
No.
It's not Italian accent. It's an Italian accent, but he's
Yeah.
speaking Japanese. Itsumi,
What?
which means super.
Wow.
Itsumi Mario. Itsumi Mario. Itsumi Mario.
That's insane.
The more you know.
That's like the Ope thing in that Eminem song, right?
What is it? Tell us this. Drop this knowledge bomb on us.
What's the 8 Mile song?
Till I collapse.
Lose yourself?
Lose Yourself. Yeah. Oh, there goes
Oh,
gravity.
gravity.
But I don't think that's the actual words. But
Oh.
that's maybe.
I mean, I know that.
I can't remember.
I can hear that. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
don't know
wonder
if
what
those are the actual
word is.
words or not.
Wingo, can you look that up?
Yeah, can we pull this up?
Thank you.
And okay, well, just think real hard about it and
Use
then
your
get back to us.
Brain, Wingo, and look
think
it up.
about it. Just think about it. Go in the other room and think about it. This is
Just think about it.
speaking of thinking about it. This is the splash of hash from Vibe,
Yeah.
right?
Little hash infused.
Little hash infused joints.
John.
Okay.
So
What is hash? Walk me through. I'm so
Great question.
I'm so
I'm
ignorant
glad you asked.
with weed. We were talking about another place that sells weed, another dispensary
sure.
There are many.
near my home. And one time when I walked in there, and they're like, "What are you looking for?" And I was like, "I would like the stuff that I had in Cincinnati in the freezer with the sound guy." And I don't know what that is. You know?
They're like, we've got some of this.
Smelled like feet. Made me feel amazing.
Yeah, it's wild.
So, was it hash? Did
Yeah,
he
what
tell
it
you
was-
it was hash?
No, I have no idea.
Okay.
It was great.
I got you.
But I'm just saying that's how ignorant I am. That
Yeah.
I just would like.
So hash is, a lot of people will just say they'll call anything that's a concentrate hash, just kind of as a, just an overarching term. However, what a hash like really is like the non-distillate, like rosin
Gotcha.
extract. So,
Okay.
Pure, non-filtered.
yeah. So like, these are hash drinks, like there's
Okay.
hash in this. So like the hash would be ice water hash, where you they will actually they take the weed. I'm going to smoke this joint first and then explain the rest of it, all right?
Yeah, and I could also mention, like, you might have heard, like, bubble hash or, like, shoe hash.
Yeah.
You ever heard those words? Okay.
No. Bubble hash sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they call it bubble hash because they use bubble bags to actually get it out in the micron bags. So they'll take frozen cannabis, chop the flowers right off the plant. They freeze it immediately, really, really, really cold. So they freeze it so cold that the green part of the flower is not what gets you high. It's all the little trichomes. It's all the little oils on the outside of the flower, right?
Yeah.
So they freeze it so that the oil on the outside of the flower actually breaks off instead of just like melts off or goops off or whatever, right? So then they put it in those bubble bags and they mix it around in the ice water. And then through certain microns, they know to measure it, and then they actually catch those trichome heads.
Okay.
And then they smash the trichome heads, and that rosin that comes out of that is literally like liquid gold, and that's what we're smoking, that's what we're drinking.
Wow.
So there's flour in here, but there's also hash, and it supercharges it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
All right.
like when you look at the industry, it's not a cost-effective way to get these oils out of the plant.
It's 3% yield typically.
Yeah,
So
right.
if you've got,
Go ahead.
you've got
I'm
1,000.
taking it easy.
No, you're
Because
fine.
I'm not sure
That's what we do.
what this is going to do.
Yeah,
Taking it easy is our theme.
absolutely.
And
We
so
mean it.
I would encourage you to take it easy. And so if you want to
Yeah.
pass on that or whatever, then
totally good. Write it out,
yeah.
man.
But are you feeling anything from the soda yet? Because I was gonna say
No.
I
No, not
actually
really.
start to feel like I am a little bit.
Yeah.
What's your edible
mean-
tolerance like?
I mean, I'm usually doing like 15 to 30, depending on what
So
kind
we're
of
pretty
mood I'm in.
similar.
But also, I'm usually already fairly drunk when I'm doing that. So it's always like, I never know. But I've had a couple of experiences where I'm like a little gun shy. Well, actually, this was in Iowa, but it's a similar situation, smoking with the sound guy, where I thought my show started at like 6 o'clock, and so I showed up for dinner at like 4:30, and my show didn't start till like 8 o'clock, and I had an opener.
Oh.
Which was a long time to sit in a bar.
Yeah.
So I just kept drinking and drinking.
Sure.
And then the sound guy pulled out some joints, and we went and toked on those. And I remember watching myself play. Like, I was on stage, but I was 100% watching.
Like out of body experience?
Yeah, totally. Like in the audience, watching myself play.
Are you sure it was
and,
weed?
And just thinking, well, no, that's the thing. But I was like, watching it, I was like, not that great. It's not that good. But here's the scary
Take
thing.
it or leave it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's all right. But so here's the thing. So I went back to that bar 4 years later for a conference, and I had not set foot in that bar. And I got there, and I walked up, and I ordered a beer, sat down at the bar, and the bartender fills it. And she goes, "How you been, Lyle?" And I was like, I don't know what happened here, but I don't like it. You said that with way
Glad
too
to
much.
see you turn things around.
Yeah.
It was really cool when you came in here and doubled yourself and you were watching yourself on stage. I'll never forget it. Nice to see you.
It was a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah,
So.
it's like, of course I remember your name.
You crawled out of your own skin and sat down on the front row and watched
and
yourself.
booed yourself.
Yeah, why would you request Freebird from yourself, man? That's rough. So.
That's fun.
But yeah, so I'm usually combining, which I think is probably not ideal for knowing where your tolerance is. I will take another.
In
toke
my
off
experience, if you start with cannabis before you start drinking, then you will ease into drinking. Where it's like, because for me, and I don't drink nearly as
that.
much
Yeah,
as
no,
I
you're
used to, but
sober, right?
I am now.
Yeah.
I am currently not drinking any alcohol, but
Nice.
For this show.
for this show, yeah. I mean, wait, I am starting to itch a little bit. Can we wrap this up? No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't drink any alcohol currently, but I'm not against drinking alcohol. I mean, obviously, it's an American institution. And really, at this point, I think we need to be responsible with it and be aware of it. But
It's a wild thing. I've got a lot of music friends that are sober.
yeah,
these
it's
days.
becoming a big trend.
And I know you and I have multiple friends, I'm sure, that have succumbed to addiction and gotten
Yeah,
and,
dude.
and just can't control it. And
Well, there's weed and mushrooms now, so it's like, do we need alcohol?
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
It's and that's the thing is I'm so practiced playing drunk that I can play pretty well. That my mom's gonna love this. She's gonna watch this. She's already thrilled. But I mean, I can play pretty hammered, right? High, I can't hardly play at all.
You gotta practice.
I know it's wild.
Man, it's a second set of I know muscle memory is not like a real thing, but like we do kind of.
Wait, is muscle memory not a real thing?
Walk me through this. What Malcolm Gladwell shit have you found out?
Your muscles don't have memory, guys. I know that you think that's a common thing.
How did I get so good at throwing that baseball?
I don't know. I don't understand it. Your brain has memory.
So is it just your brain remembering what muscles to fire at what speed and what intensity?
Like your muscles. Yeah.
Well, I know my muscles don't have a brain,
Exactly.
but I thought they was borrowing my brain to use the muscles with. And that's
I've
where
been
the
told
story
by people that I trust that you don't have muscle memory. So I don't know anything. I'm not the authority on muscles
Josh.
or memory.
Josh, can you pull up is muscle memory bullshit?
English.
It's a misleading term.
I agree.
like your brain storing that information, firing it
Interesting.
out.
Okay, cool.
Because I mean, I don't know. Like when you say practice, I mean that's essentially what it is with booze and me. And I've got a pretty good handle on like how much I can have and at what stages I need to back off, and like being a solo musician too. Like there's only so much you can drink. It always cracks me up when like venues that I haven't played before are like, hey, like, you know, we only give you this much tab, and I'm like, I can't drink that much. Like I'm one person. like if you think you're like lining up shots for me, and then I'm gonna go play for 3 hours of
You're
songs
right.
I already have trouble remembering, that's not gonna happen. But yeah, weeds. It's been difficult to play with, but also I usually am on like gummies is what I usually take,
Sure.
and they, you know, one of those hits in the middle of a song, it's like, oh no. So
The music box has run out of.
I broke 3 strings in 20 minutes one time when I was under the influence.
Okay, so I break a lot of strings.
I thought I was moving real
This
fast.
is gonna be. So Steven sees this. It's gonna be hilarious.
I'll take it
Because I break a lot of guitar strings. Is it because I'm too high? Is that why it's been happening? That can't be
Is that a
it.
thing?
No, I do break a lot of strings. Lyal just said he got real high one time and broke 3 strings in 20 minutes.
I remember the guy.
I never made a
it's the
correlation.
high
to
thing.
The guy introducing me turned around and said, "Are you okay?" Before I even got like up to the mic, and I was like, "I'm fine." No, I was not. I was not fine. It was rough. I've kind of calmed that down, but as my wife once told me, because someone was kind of, I don't know, stepping over the line on personal authority, I'll say, in a like a personal relationship, and I was like, I don't understand. Like, I'll do whatever I want to on my own farm. Like, don't tell me how to live my life, right? I really have an aversion to people telling me what to do. And so I was like, why would she even think this, you know? And my wife goes, well, your stories are not great. You know, of like, because they're all road stories of like, you know, like, oh yeah, this one time, you know, somehow wound up with a 1911 that I thought was unloaded, and we were like cranking her back. You know?
Oh Lord.
And stuff. And you know, she's like, your stories don't inspire a lot of confidence that you're a responsible individual.
Do you have any stories that you could tell us that would inspire confidence
No,
that you
I
are
don't.
responsible? That was quick. You didn't even have to think
No,
about
yeah,
it.
no.
That was your chance.
I
There
forgot
you
where
go.
I forgot where I was going with that, so I must be feeling it a little bit. What were we talking about? Personal responsibility.
Are we talking about personal responsibility?
Stories. Oh man, we were. See, this is why I can't play. I can't play and sing like this.
We were talking about being high, having muscle memory, not having muscle memory. You were being high on stage.
I think I was just.
We transitioned.
I think I was
off
just
that.
saying that like I've toned it down quite a bit, but like I still have this highlight reel of stuff that is, you know, doesn't necessarily put me in the best light.
Right.
All
You're
the
talking
time.
about
Sure.
how your stories of your songs are make you seem like a bad guy sometimes.
Yeah.
Because you get wild.
There's and I don't get that crazy, you know.
But in the songs.
In songs I do. And man, when I was on the road when I was younger, I thought I was living wild, you know.
Rockstar life.
Yeah, exactly. And I was around it, but I was just too like oblivious to know what was going on, you know. I got tipped in meth one time.
In Missouri?
In Missouri, of course.
Well,
Of course.
Just making sure. I'm just making sure.
And
I wanted to make
and
sure I wasn't going to
say
have
I got
to do
tipped. I didn't follow the transaction through. I thought he was going to tip me some weed because he came up to me and was like, "Oh," he goes, "I don't have any cash, but I'm going to get you something. I'm going to get you something to take home." And he came in and had a little Ziploc bag. And it was like in a bar with like a lot of people. He's like, "Man, you got to smell this stuff. It smells great." And I got like, I don't know, maybe 10 inches from the bag, and I was like, that is not marijuana. I thought that was marijuana, and that is 100% not. I don't.
Wow.
That's
I don't need
hilarious.
that.
That's pretty funny.
So I mean, I was always pretty content with, the spare joint and free booze.
There you go. Do you ever play any shows on mushrooms?
No, I had a songwriting session on mushrooms one time that started out great, and then once it was starting to hit, the dude goes, "Yeah, man, thanks for doing this. I don't even care if we write songs. Like, I'm just having a really rough time right now."
Oh, jeez.
And he goes, "My wife left with the kid 3 days ago,
Oh, no.
and I've been drinking since 5 a.m. and this is like 2 in the afternoon, and I'm just getting to where I'm glued to the chair." And I thought, this is not fair.
Yeah, dude.
Like, don't make me sit here and listen to this
Oh,
for 2
no.
hours.
Wait, did he take mushrooms also?
Yeah, he was.
The same amount?
Yeah, I mean, when I got there, we started, kind of splitting up a bottle of whiskey and drinking some beers, and we smoked a couple of joints, and then a couple of mushrooms, and it got weird. It got weird.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
But so I haven't played, but I tried to write a song on it. It did not go well.
Was there anything salvageable from the songwriting session at all?
No, but I'm also a pretty lone songwriter. Like I go through bursts, and I need to kind of be alone. I have to let things stew for quite a bit before I get to it. So co-writing's never been like my bag. Tried it a few times, but just always feels forced.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But
I was going to ask, you said earlier, bro douchebag country songs.
Mm-hmm.
Are those pretty much just like a recipe that you feel like you can kind of crank out? Like, or is that like, to me, that seems like it's got to be a lot easier.
they're pop songs, right?
Yeah.
And so there's nothing wrong with them.
No, a ton of people love them.
Which has always been my contention with stuff, is that, which is great where we are with music now. It's so diversified. But there's an audience for that. It just shouldn't be the entire audience. It shouldn't be shoved down your throat. So that was my frustration with those like bro country days. Like, I mean, we're talking, 10 years ago maybe? I think we're approaching different things now. But yeah, I mean, it's pop music, right? So it's formulaic. Not that that's a bad thing, but like country songwriting, country music, and folk music they're gray lines, but I feel like there's a pretty good lane to stay in with what you're trying to do. And those songs, a lot of them they're just pop music dressed up with pedal steel,
Yeah.
It's pop music with a twang.
Yeah.
Right? And then the problem is, and it's like all music and all and all art, right? Like the problem is what you're doing is you're trying to replicate something, that formulaic thing, because music is math, right? There is a formula that works for sure, but if you're trying to just keep copying the same thing, it's like copying on a copy machine, right?
Yeah.
Like every time the quality is going to get worse.
Yeah.
You're copying a copy, you're copying a copy and copying a copy, and then it all just becomes gray.
Yeah.
Parked
You
out
know.
by the lake, dude.
Dude,
Which ends
that
up
is-
actually becoming a
Okay.
really good song.
My kids are now, I've made the mistake of playing it for them. I thought it was going to be funny. Like, they're going to catch it.
Which one?
It's really Parked Out by the Lake.
Oh, yeah.
You know
You know
that
what I'm
song?
talking about?
Oh.
Okay. We'll play it for you in just a minute, but
Okay.
you're
It's a
going to
good-
love it.
it's a good
Parked Out by
country
the Lake,
jam.
Dean Summerwind.
Yeah.
And
Also, Parked Out by the Lake, sad version.
yeah,
Very
version
good.
is good as well. And so it was, I can't remember, my mistake for not remembering the guy's actual name, but he is a musician. He's great. And they were in a studio, and they made the joke that you could write a country hit with 3 lines. You know, like that's the whole premise.
The gist of it, yeah.
And it's hilarious and amazing at the same time. But that's like an example of how simple it is, while also kind of showcasing how brilliant it can be at the same time. I just I think that we have to pursue originality and genuineness.
Yeah.
And I think you do those things, Lyle, very well. So
Thanks, man. Yeah,
thank you for being a part of music.
Songwriting, thank you. I appreciate that. I think songwriting, pop music is a little vague, right? Lyrically. I think country music and folk music should be pretty direct and descriptive of what's going on.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem, with a lot of those like big country songs, is that it's just like truck, but they don't say it. But versus, you know, they say truck, and Billy Joe Shaver, you know, I can't, back in the 70s, 80s, he's writing a song about, you know, whiskey bumped 67 Chevy with the front fender falling off. You know, like those are two different trucks. You know, and I think we've gotten kind of lazy as a society. I think people don't like to think very much, and so truck, you can just my truck. That's what I feel. I feel truck, and it just gets no good. You know,
that's what I love about folk music is the storytelling and how descriptive it is. And I mean, I'll realize that I love a song that's about stealing a chicken pie. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh wow, I cannot believe that I didn't even realize that I was singing this song about this. Or I love a song that's just, you know, about daisies growing on a hill or something like that. But the description, the way, you know, it's really cool, and it makes you just like a well-written book. You have such a descript image in your own mind of what you imagine that song to be. And so that's why for a lot of the stuff, the watered down stuff doesn't work for me. Because I need a little bit more direction.
Well, I mean, country's like, it's just like wide open right now. I mean, there's still stuff I don't like. I'll say that nicely.
Sure.
And then there's stuff I love.
Who do you love?
I mean, this is folk, not country, but I've been really digging a guy named Dan Reeder, who's just, he's insane. I can't tell if he's crazy or a genius or both, but he's wild. I mean, I always love those old Texas songwriters, Billy Joe Shaver, Guy Clark, Towns, and Steve Earle, stuff like that. But but there's like Tyler Childers is huge right now. He's pretty great. Coulter Wall, Sturgill Simpson, Charlie Crockett, all of the stuff that like 10 years ago, 15 years ago maybe, I'm trying to figure out where I'm at timeline-wise, 15 years ago for sure, like those people wouldn't have a chance to be as big as they are. Because it was all radio, all record labels. And now we're, you know, for better or worse, in a thing where, you know, we have tens and tens and tens of thousands of songs being added to Spotify daily. And so I think we're kind of, while it makes room for those people to come out and sort of have a bigger, more sustainable career as a musician, it's also a lot of crap's getting put out. And there was something nice about the filter of an expensive recording session. You know, when only people who got in the studio were people who were like, I'm doing this thing and I've practiced this song and I've worked all the kinks out. And now it's like
either you've been hand drawn there, right? Because we know you're talented and you've put the effort in. We want you in this room, or you're willing to put the money up to do it, right? But either way, there's a barrier of entry that's going to make this a narrower group that should be more committed to the cause. And
it's not now. I mean, you record it on your iPhone and, you know, send it off to DistroKid, and all of a sudden you're on Spotify. Suno, you don't even have to learn an instrument or learn songcraft at all. You know, just go to Suno and give it an idea.
Dude,
pop it out.
AI, that's
wild.
You're gonna have to come back, and we'll have to do a whole nother podcast about the AI, and then we'll have AI make a copy of this podcast, and then we'll make the people decide which one's real.
I like it.
No way to know. But Lyal, we think you're amazing. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Yeah.
And in the vein of great songwriters, we got you this.
Oh, all right.
You didn't
man.
say Johnny Cash,
Nice.
which makes me feel like maybe I didn't get the right record. You know, I'm having a little anxiety attack. I got the wrong one.
There ain't nothing wrong with Johnny.
It's a classic.
Love
and
one.
then also, I know you're talking about, you know, slowing down a little bit.
Temptation. Yeah, man.
I'm decided
Bet you can't chug it.
Yeah, man. Thank you. This is
Yeah.
a nice bottle.
Yeah, cheers.
Awesome. We'll have to do this on Taste Buds. I'll bring this down to Chris.
For sure. And we're going to get you to play some songs for us. And
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
any final thoughts? Where can we find you next? When's your next show?
Let's see. When will this come out? It's probably a few weeks from now, anyway.
No, it'll probably come out next week.
Oh wow,
next
you guys
week.
are way faster than I am. I don't edit. I hate editing. So it always takes me like months to get something out. Let's see. I'll be in Weston, Missouri, and Rulo, Nebraska, and then after that, Tulsa. I think maybe some Arkansas, and then I'm back down to Austin in September, and yeah, we're back doing it. So LyalStrickland.com or Lyal Strickland on Facebook, and Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. So
Excellent. Well, we'll get all that put on here, and
sweet.
good luck, man. We'll see you soon.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Cheers.
All right, go for it.
$250,000 don't buy that much. Gonna need 100 more to keep my daddy's place up. 3 years of taxes have gone unpaid, and my girl pulls her weight as a hotel maid. I left the farm for a year or two, bought a half education that I never used. And now papers in the desk where I never sit, got a whole new group of associates. But you can't spend your way let nothing. That's a big hole and you'll never climb out. But if you got a long handle and that shovel in your hands, I might hit a rock and you'll know where you stand. I broke a piece of glass from the fist last night, but I never really meant it to cause a fight. And now there's some times when I lose my mind and I know what I do, that I'm not so kind. Thought about leaving a time or two, but the only good thing I got in this world is you. And now I can get lost and I can be free, but there's no telling what it'll end up costing me. But you can't spend your way out of nothing. That's a big hole and you'll never climb out. But if you got a long handle and that shovel in your hands, I might hit a rock and you'll know where you stand. $250,000 don't buy that much. Gonna need 100 more to keep my daddy's place up. 3 years of taxes have gone unpaid, and my girl pulls her weight as a hotel maid.
Thank you.
Truck's been a gathering dust. My buddies all ask me when I'll clean her up. She's doing just fine, my Chevy Shrine. Cracks in that windshield, cracks in my life. Rough couple of years, hell it ain't even right, but I'm still alive and she drives alright. Yeah, nobody wants to go slow now. Nobody wants to be last. Everybody wants their trophy wall, and I just want to kick back. the Lions most of the time. Every now and then to take a rumble and drive back home, back to monochrome. I don't know what went wrong around here, and all of a sudden I was grinding gears, and I'm still here. Buyer beware. Yeah, nobody wants to go slow now. Nobody wants to be last. Everybody wants a trophy wall, and I just wanna kick back up. It's been some time since I heard our song. Sometimes I wonder how she's getting along. The lost signals there, AM over the air. Found me a girl just as rough as me. She didn't mind if the title was clean and the pastor agreed, and I gave her a warranty. We just wanna go slow now. It's going by so fast. We just wanna enjoy ourselves, and we just wanna kick back. We just wanna kick back. And I'm gonna keep on driving from a dusk till dawn, till that dimmer switch finally flickers on. Those bright, bright lights are waiting for me to sing my songs. Yeah, I just wanna go slow now. It's going by so fast. I just wanna enjoy myself, and I just wanna kick back. I just wanna kick back. No, no, no. An old house and barn, some good solid oak, a roof clad with tin, blowing in the wind on some old Missouri back road is where I call my home. She is laying in a field. She's laying there until stars start to shine, sneaking through the pines and those Ozark hills, till God himself gets his fill. And I lost my head when I lost my heart. Yeah, but I know these dreams will never end. Where they start, Low Arkansas. And those beautiful hills, the trees standing tall, cracked county roads like a river's a flow, just a sweet southern drawl. She is a part of it all. She is walking down a creek. Little pebbles are folding, move beneath her toes. Moon begins to show, the crickets are scolding. They don't know the heart she is holding. And I lost my head when I lost my heart. Yeah, but I know these dreams will never end. Where they start. Low Arkansas. These fields last forever. The empty and vast, gentle and rolling, the wind is consoling. There's nothing to disturb. Cast of tall prairie grass. The seed, it is sown. Though she's just a hill, she knows where I stand. My caution be damned, I will now leave these fields to grow whatever they will. And I lost my head when I lost my heart. Yeah, but I know these dreams will never end. Where they start, Low Arkansas.